Hi, my name's Matt from TEKCORE.co.uk and today I'm here with a quick look at the Sony Tablet S. The Sony Tablet S is Sony's first Android tablet. It's currently running the 3.2 version of the Android operating system, Honeycomb, and it has a 9.4-inch 1280 by 800 true black display. Now that's one of Sony's features that it's touting. It has incredible black levels, so if you can have a look on the main lock screen, the default Sony wallpaper has a very deep black with an orangey sort of swerve through it. In addition to the true black display, it's got a front VGA camera. If I just poke around the front, I can point that out to you. And on the rear we have a 5 megapixel camera. Inside it's got 1 gig of RAM, a Tegra 2 1 GHz dual core processor, an IR remote, which you won't be able to see on camera, but it is hidden away in the top of the device. And Sony's touting it to have around 8 hours of standard battery life. Now this model here is the 16GB Wi-Fi model. It's available in a 32GB Wi-Fi model and a 16GB 3G model. The design of the Sony Tablet S is a bit different to every other Android tablet on the market. The iPad 2 touts its slim design with its aluminium back, whereas Sony's gone for more of a rounded design. It's almost like a folded magazine when you're holding it in the hand. The actual device itself, if I'm holding it that way, or I hold it that way to face you, it's actually weighted more to the thicker side, so it feels very comfortable to hold. On this side of the device we've got a power button and a volume rocker, and flipping around to the other side we have got the headphone jack and a plastic door, which unfortunately is one of the downsides of the Sony Tablet S. It's quite flimsy, but inside there we've got an SD card slot, which is a full-size SD card slot and can take up to a 32GB card. Now, one thing that is worth mentioning, at this moment in time, the SD card slot is merely there for file transfer. It can't be used to expand the main onboard storage. So if you want a lot of music or video on your device, it may be worth investing in the 32GB model. Now, for some size comparisons, I've brought along a Motorola Xoom today, so if I just bring that one in. Now this is the Motorola Xoom 3G 32GB model. Specs are very similar. It's got a 10.1-inch LED display. It's currently only running Android 3.1. The rear camera is 5 megapixels, but it's got a dual LED flash. And Motorola are touting up to 10 hours battery life on this device. Same amount of RAM and the same dual-core 1 GHz processor. Now, just to give you a bit of information regarding the size of the Tablet S, as you can see, it's much thicker than the Motorola equivalent. Again, much thicker than the iPad. But like I said before, the folded magazine design and the off-balance weight means it's very comfortable to hold in the hand. Sony have built into the device a few of their proprietary apps, so it's very much like Apple in their iTunes. Sony have put on Sony Music Unlimited and Video Unlimited. These are by default saved to the home screen, so you've got home screen shortcuts. Now, what you do get with the Sony Tablet S is a free trial of Music Unlimited, but one thing that is worth noting, if you do take the Music Unlimited trial, you can only actually listen to 30-second song previews. Whether that's actually worth doing, I'm not sure. Personally, I didn't think it was too great myself. The Video Unlimited service also allows you to rent videos and TV shows as well as purchase them, but most of them are only in SD quality, and unfortunately, you can't actually throw them to a DLNA-enabled device. Now, as part of Sony's tablet, they've built in DLNA to allow you to throw music and videos to a DLNA-enabled TV. So any of you with a Sony TV out there, you'll be able to play your music and send it straight over to telly and play through your own home hi-fi system. Now, in addition to creating this device as a very home entertainment oriented piece, they have built in an infrared remote application. So if I'm to bring up the remote application, let's just wait for it to load. You can pre-program the device to control a series of home entertainment appliances. So here I've got a TV, I've got a Skybox, I've got my Apple TV and another television built in. If I was to bring up the properties for the Sky Plus HD box, as you can see, it gives us the colour buttons, the numbers, as well as a button for the TV guide and flicking through the channels, and as well as controlling the TV's volume. It's an interesting feature and it does work very, very well. The other feature that's worth noting for the Sony Tablet S is that it's a PlayStation certified device. PlayStation certified apps such as Crash Bandicoot and Pinball Heroes are preloaded on the device when you buy it. So here's a quick look at Crash Bandicoot. I'm not going to play it because I can't play it backwards. A couple of changes Sony have made to the Android system is the app drawer. Instead of being quite dark like it is on a typical Honeycomb tablet, they've created a bit of a white look and it's got a few neat little animations in there. Furthermore, you've got different home screens, which is common on most of the Android smartphones at the moment. At launch, there weren't many accessories available for the Sony Tablet S. Currently on the market is the Sony Tablet Cradle. Now this has got a couple of positions it can be moved into. You can have it slightly lower or slightly higher. When docking the device directly into the cradle, it gives you an option to launch one of the preloaded apps, which is Gallery or Clock. One of the things I have got installed on the device is the Sony screen protector. Now at $25.99 it's very expensive for an anti-glare screen protector. It doesn't do a great job of blocking fingerprints on the device, but it does do a good job at blocking reflections. So this is the Sony Tablet S. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to let us know in the comments or have a look at our website www.tekcore.co.uk, and you can find us on Twitter at TEKCORE UK. If you want to find me on Twitter, it's at Matt Hunt. All of the links will be in the bottom of the video. Thank you for watching and don't forget to check us out on our site.